third paragraph we are going to start, and I ask from all the students that if anyone is interested to read, you can unmute yourself and you can start reading.
Sir, may I read?
Yes, read please.
It was well past 7 by the time I got back the bungalow. I slept soundly that night, nor did the morning call of any tiger disturb me. Early morning found me on my way to visit the other two bears. Both were unharmed, returning to the forest lodge. I ate a frugal meal past that day, that way, and 9:15 a.m. found me awaiting my henchmen. They returned before 10 this time to report that the bear had been killed by removed a tiger, which had contrived to bite through the trailing rope. Fortunately, I had come prepared for such an eventuality and had brought my torch and other knives to think it with me in a haversack. Back we went as fast as we could, and shortly after midday and reached the spot where the bull had been tied. The tigers were marked in approaching the base, where apart tent in the soft earth, some 20 feet away, and an examination showed that the killer was a tigress and not a tiger.
Okay, very good. So you see children, we have to improve the reading also. Whenever any child is reading or I am reading, you match where we are reading, okay? So that you can also become good reader and you can understand the story nicely. Coming to the story now. It was well past 7. Past 7 means now 7 o'clock time, okay? I got back to the bungalow. So now he is reaching to the bungalow. I slept soundly that night. So that night he was having a good sleep, and that night he was not able to listen any sound of tiger, any moaning sound of tiger, okay? And early morning he was planning that I should go and I should visit all the bulls, that the bulls are safe or not, okay? Because bulls are trapped and bulls are tied to check that tiger is coming to attack or not. If the tiger is coming to attack, they will understand the location of tiger from this. So early morning found me on the way to visit the other two bears. Both were unharmed. So two bears, two bulls, they were unharmed. And when they were returning to the foreign lodge, frugal meal they had, okay, less they were having in food item. They walked through Balu, carefully watching the road for pug marks. And while they were traveling, that time carefully they were watching the footprints on the land, that maybe tiger moved from this area or not. No tiger had passed that way, and this was the time 9:15 am. Found me awaiting my henchman. You see the meaning of henchman? Henchman means supporter or faithful follower. They are called henchmen. Spelling Henchmen. They returned before 10. This time to report that the bait had been killed and removed by a tiger. And they reported before 10 that the bull is killed by the tiger. Okay, which had contrived to bite through the tethering rope. So even the rope also from which the bull was tied, okay, that was also bitten. For Fortunately, I had come prepared for such an eventually and had bought my torch and other night shooting kit for me in a haversack. So he is saying that I was lucky because I was prepared for this. He is saying I was having torch also and all other kits which can help me to do the hunting in the night. You see children, doing the hunting in the daytime is a tough work and this courageous man is ready to do the hunting in the night also. Okay, why? Because to save the life of so many innocent people. I can say he is the real hero. Okay, because he is teaching the tiger a lesson, the tiger who has become man eater, right? Back we went as fast as we could, and shortly after midday had reached the spot where the bull had been tied. The tiger's hoof mark in approaching the bear were apparent in the soft earth some 20 feet away. So from the soft earth, how much feet away? 20 feet away. And he started examining the footmark because he was the experienced hunter. So he said that it is not a tiger, it is a tigress. So female tiger, they are called tigress. Okay. Now next paragraph, any another child want to read? Can unmute yourself and read. All the 6th standard students, anyone?
Sir, I can
Yes,
read.
read.
Sir, I can read.
Yes, you can also read. Read.
The darkness had set in by the time I left the little village on the last lap of my journey to the forest bungalow. But as one of our bed was tied at a point about halfway between the village and the bungalow, in a glade not far from the road, it occurred to me that I would pay it a visit. Why this idea came to me, I cannot tell. Par-
Particularly,
Particularly as I had already looked at it that morning on my way to Baylor. It was an impulse, and I have spent my life responding to impulses. I turned off along the little footpath that led away from the road towards the clearing where the bait was tied. It was quite dark except for the diffused glow from the stars that shone brightly in a clear blue black sky.
yes, very nice.
Sudden.
Okay, now you see what is the explanation now, children. Darkness had said in the time I left the little village. Darkness means now this is the beginning of night. On the last journey to the forest bungalow. But as one of our bed was tied at a point about halfway between the village and the bungalow in a glade not far from the road. So half away between the bungalow and the forest, okay, and it is not very much far away from the road also. It occurred to me that I could pay it a visit, and suddenly he thought that I should go and I should see that how my bull is. Why this idea came to me, I cannot tell. Particularly as I had already looked at it that morning on my way to Baloo. So he is saying that in morning I had seen that bull. But again, why the idea is coming to me that I should go and visit now, I don't know. This is called impulse, children. What this is called? Impulse. What is the meaning of impulse? Impulse means some people they are getting in their life what they are getting intuition. Okay, so that is called Impulse. One child has switched on the camera. Maybe she want to speak something. Yes, Anshika? No. Okay, so what is called impulse? Impulse means children the feeling which you are getting from your inside. Okay, that is called intuition. That something will happen. Okay, I should do this. I think this intuition or the impulses God used to send to the good people that what you should do now. Okay. Then you see why this came to me I cannot tell, particularly as I had already looked at it the morning on my way to Balloon. It was an impulse and I have spent my life responding to impulses. I turned off along the little footpath that led away from the road towards the clearing where the bed was tied. It was quite dark, except for the diffused glow from the stars that shone brightly in a clear blue-black sky. So no lightning was there, only the diffused star light were visible there, and this is the night time. So like this he is explaining. Go to page number 56. Any another child is there who is interested to read this paragraph? Can unmute yourself and read.
Sir, may I?
Yes, read.
I came up to the small wild fig tree beneath which my bed was tied. The shadows were deeper there, and the bed was, moreover, a brown one. I could not see it till I came very close. Then it whispered to its feet as I startled at my approach, even as I was startled by its sudden action. It was still unharmed. I walked around it to the other side to inspect the rope that held it by the hind leg. In case it had become twisted, and at that moment the man-eater passed.
Okay. I came up to the small wild fig tree beneath which my bed was tied. So the bull was tied under the tree and he is coming close to that. The shadows were deeper there and the bed was moreover a brown one. Shadow was deeper and the bull was brown, means nothing clearly he was able to see that time. I could not see it till I came very close. When it lumbered to its feet as if it started at my approach, even as I was startled by its sudden action, it was still unharmed. So still the bull was unharmed, but the bull was motionless. I walked around it to the other side to inspect the rope that held it by the hind leg. So four-leg, hind leg. The leg which is at the back, no, that is called hind leg. And he started doing investigation that how the rope is, how the leg is, any attack is there or not. In case it had become twisted, and at that moment the man-eater charged. So that moment only what is coming? The man-eater, this tigress is attacking. It was fortunate for me that I had moved to the other side of the bull, which consequently came between me and the tiger. So he moved to the other side of the bull and the tiger attacked that time only. So between the author and tiger, bull came. So author was able to save his life. You see how dangerous it can be. For 10 seconds his life was saved. If he was not moving and he was present there only, then I can say that he would have been killed. So this is risk, but if you take the risk for good thing, God help you. But I confess that I was taken totally by surprise. He is saying that totally what happened with me, I was surprised. There was a tremendous whoo from the jungle from which I had just emerged. The bull swung round. I leaped behind it, with my back to the trunk of the fire tree, almost tripping over the tethering rope. A huge grey shape vultured on the back of the bull, which collapsed beneath the sudden weight. But the tiger had not seized the neck or throat followed, it had simply leaped upon the bull in order to reach me beyond it. So what happened? The tiger is not attacking the bull, the neck or throat. Tiger is just jumping on the bull so that it can reach to the human being, okay? And the tiger is having the intention now to attack the human being, maybe because he is thinking that he can be more dangerous, okay? Luckily, in falling, the bull ruined the tiger's spring, which otherwise would have followed within a split second. So he is saying that luckily what happened? The bull, you see this, the bull movement made it to fall. The tiger was extricating. Extricating means, you see, freeing itself from the heavy body of the fallen bull. So the bull fallen on it, okay, and he started making himself free. When my bullet smashed between its eyes, and that time only what happened? Hunter, author, he smashed the first bullet to the eye of the tiger. Can I say one thing, children, that here bull also helped the author that you kill this animal, otherwise this animal will kill me. Okay. So we cannot say that the animals are not having brain. They are having not that much how much we human beings are having, but they are also having. Then convulsively it twisted backward. So sudden movement, you see, is still lying across the bull, which now staggered to its feet with the tiger over its back. The head and forequarters sagging forwards. Automatically and without thinking, I fired my second shoot at a spot which I judged to be behind the tiger's left shoulder. So without thinking, second shoot also he is firing and targeting at the shoulder, left shoulder of the tiger. The bull collapsed. The tiger rolled off the bull and towards me. As my third shoot took it in the throat, and the third shoot was in the throat, means he opened the mouth wide, and in the mouth only the author, hunter, he shooted his bullet. The bull never moved. So after that the bull never moved, means bull also died. The tiger kicked convulsively, and then at last all was still. The light from the torch on the rifle revealed that my first bullet had smashed the tiger's skull. My second had been too low. The heavy 4.405 missile had clocked through the end of the tiger's chest and blown a tremendous hole in the bull's side. So, tiger chest also the bullet is going, and it is hitting the bull also. My third bullet, a quite unnecessary one, had passed through the tiger's throat, leaving a gaping hole. But I had killed the poor bull that had unwittingly saved my life. He is saying that I am very sorry that I killed the bull also, okay, because the situation was like this, but the bull only saved my life. My hands were trembling, my knees walked, and suddenly I felt very, very sick. So I can say he has feel the death, okay. So he is saying my hands were shaking, my legs were trembling, and I felt very sick, very weak, okay. Go to the next page. Reaction after the event of that evening was sudden. I sat on the ground with my back to the fig tree and raised my hand to my forehead, which I was surprised to find icy cold to my touch. And his hand were also completely icy, means very cold, and that time he is sitting and raising his hand, means now the mission is completed. So like this we have completed the story, the Ramapuram Tiger. And what is the suspense? It was not a tiger, it was a tigress. Okay. So this is the portion for class test 9. 2 lessons are coming for class test 9, children. I hope you all will study very nicely. Okay. Kailash Satyarthi and Ramapuram Tiger. These 2 lessons are coming for class test PT 9, periodic test 9. So 20 questions will come. All the questions will be objective in nature. If you study the story nicely, then you can write the answer nicely. What you should study about the author, word meaning and the story. Story means story, question, answer, everything. This much part if you will cover, I can guess you can answer all the answers nicely. Anyone is having any doubt? Because tomorrow we are going to discuss the question answer also. So you can see if any doubt is there, tomorrow you can discuss or today also you can ask. Say children.
Sir, no doubt.
Okay, so you all liked the story? So how was the story children? The story was good, average or very good?
Sir, it was good.
Okay, very nice.